Hello and welcome to the Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Neil Howard, and we're going to talk about, as we always do, the benefits of offshoring, especially to offshoring companies based in the Philippines. We're going to have a conversation with Charlotte Reyes. She's going to talk to us as president and founder of OVA Virtual. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Charlotte. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting me here, Neil.
Well, I'm anxious to find out a bit about yourself and to talk about OVA Virtual, a very unique outsourcing company. First, if you
Mhm.
would, it's my understanding that you've got more than 13, 14 years of experience in the workforce, both in the corporate world and virtually. Give us a little bit of a background about yourself, and then let's jump right into talking about the benefits that OVA Virtual has to offer.
Yes, that is correct. I've been in the workforce for roughly around 15 years, both in the corporate setting and in the freelancing space. So, originally, I'm actually a licensed nurse here in the Philippines, but I wasn't able to practice this because I'm exposed into the corporate setting just after I graduated way back
Ah.
2000. Yes, that's correct. And the very first job that I got with, which I'm very proud of, is with the Fortune 500, which is IBM Business Services
Mhm.
Incorporated, wherein I was technically exposed in doing HR related delivery processes for one of the biggest pharmaceutical company based in the US, wherein we are technically catering their thousands of employees in there. And I've been with IBM for more or less than 3 years, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
before I left. And then I tried my luck to becoming or serving as a nurse. However, it's really not my fate. And with that, I then continue working in the corporate setting. And then way back 2012, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2012 where I started working from home. So during the time I myself became a virtual assistant. The freelancing industry was not that big during that time, but the BPO or the business process outsourcing is booming at that point. And during that phase, as I mentioned, I started as a virtual assistant myself, honing myself up, and until I became consultant to international clients on different niche and industries of businesses such as IT, security, real estate, property management, and a lot more. So there, for years of experience, I'm really into business development and human resource related aspect, wherein I was given opportunity to help our client grow their businesses by hiring the right people, helping them to train those particular individuals, and really helping them growing the team and improving their processes as well. And from there, that and for that particular exposure and experience that I've
Mhm.
gained, despite my relevant experience and being exposed with a lot of applicants, both in the corporate setup and most especially in the virtual setting, I still encountered a lot of unnecessary or not unfavorable feedback
Mhm.
from majority of the applicants, and one of which is that working as a freelancer or as a virtual assistant is something that is not consistent. Unfortunately, at some instances they are not getting paid. Is that okay? I'm not so sure if that's okay for me to tell, but yeah,
Mhm.
okay. But yeah, they're not getting paid on time. They are basically majority of the jobs that they're able to get is like a project base, something that they can work on the side. And it really hit me because during that time I was like, I've been in the industry for quite some time, and most of the clients that I got is are technically long term, wherein I was able to build a good working relationship, a good career during the time that I'm also working as a freelancer, as a virtual assistant way back. And there I started the decision to why not build an organization that would basically help freelancers and virtual assistant to find a fulfilling and long-term working opportunity, not just a job, but technically a career at the comforts of their home. And this time focusing on women because I strongly believe with what women workforce can offer, and that is the the start of OVA Virtual. And just to give you a fun fact about OVA Virtual is actually means OVA means ovum, which is
Mhm.
Excel in our which means because we are all women in OVA Virtual. So yeah, so that is how OVA Virtual started, and the rest is history.
As far as your reach, are you just
Yes.
there in the Philippines, or do you have a worldwide footprint? Are you limited to
Mm-hmm.
certain geographical areas?
Yes, good question. So, majority or actually all of our clients are international client. We started in the US, and then right now we are actually serving more than 5 continents. So we have clients located in some parts of Australia, in Canada, in Europe, and in the UAE as well on
Hmm.
different niche and industry of businesses. So we do not focus on a specific country or and a specific niche or industry because we do have a wide range of services that we are offering as of the moment.
Being a woman centric organization, do you find challenges that are specific to many of your, or I guess all of your assistants or your agents being women? There are many cultures and countries around the world where being a woman is viewed differently. There in the
Hmm.
Philippines or in the United States.
Yes. With regard to that, working with women has a lot of pros and it also has its consequences. It's very innate to women that we are very emotional at some
Mhm.
point that would lead them to think or to decide of whether they would like to continue working or not. That is one thing. But at the same time, since women have been juggling a lot of things in their life, wearing many hats, sometimes personal life tends to hinder with their work at some point. But that is something that we tend to manage as of the moment. And that is one thing that we have been, what do you call that? We have been managing for quite
Mhm.
some time because I think working with women, as I mentioned, has a lot of benefits and it's very ideal. But with regard to the specific problems that we face, considering that we are all women on the team, that is the only thing that
Mhm.
we technically encounter. And yeah, we have certain measures for us to make sure that that particular concerns or issue will not hinder their work as we move on. So yeah.
One final question from me. You mentioned early on that you recognized that many people that were freelancers, such as yourself, were unhappy
Yes.
with the arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
They were this problem, that problem, or the other. Do you feel that what you're doing is empowering women by focusing on their happiness at work specifically, as opposed to possibly being overlooked in a male oriented
Mm-hmm.
or dominated industry?
Yes, precisely. And again, that is also the reason why Over Virtual has been able to, during the time that I'm working as a virtual assistant. Unfortunately, I also experience unfavorable circumstances working as a female virtual assistant.
Mhm.
And one of the goals and one of the technically the purpose of why Over Virtual is here is to, empower women. To give them again not just a job but a career at the comforts of their home, giving them an opportunity to have value and impact not just within the society but internationally or globally as well. We are very proud that despite that this particular women are just working from home, the impact that they are giving to our client, helping them to expand their business, helping their businesses to become more consistent and to achieve the goals that they want for the company is very effective. And that is something that again that we are very proud of. And it's more of like empowering women. I believe that it's so much more. And yeah, so yeah.
What's the major takeaway that our listeners can leave with today, and give us any contact information where our listeners can learn a lot more about OVA Virtual?
Yes, for those who are listening to us, for those who are interested to try or to yes to try working or hiring a virtual assistant, for your business or even for yourself to make things more efficient and more effective when it comes to your work, your business, or your life, you could try working with a virtual assistant just like Over Virtual. I'm very proud to say that Philippines is considered as the recognized as the BPO capital of the world,
Hmm.
and we're very very proud to say that here you can be able to find well educated, highly skillful individuals that could help you. With us, with Over Virtual, we are actually providing specific services that would be beneficial to whatever type of assistance that you need, from um, hiring someone who could help you on the executive aspect, on general admin, even customer service, project management, from accounting to bookkeeping, and of course on different facets of sales and marketing, regardless of whatever industry or niche are you in. You could contact us so that we could provide you with the best fit or a tailor fit solution based on your requirements. And you could contact us over virtual. You could check our website at www.overvirtual.com, or you can send us an email at inquiries@overvirtual.com. That's ENQUIRIES at ovavirtual.com.
Charlotte, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us here on Beyond Borders, and I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to speak again, and you can tell us how things are progressing there at OVA Virtual. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
You've been listening to the Beyond Borders podcast, where we talk about the benefits of offshoring, especially in the Philippines. Audio copies of this program are available at verticalinternetmedia.com. You can also find out about our BPO services at offshoringfit.com.